Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic, sparkling Magic Monday. Yay! Oh my gosh, it's going to be a magic week this week. For those in the States, we've got Thanksgiving on Thursday. So, and yes, we will still be doing our lives on Thursday. We're going 1,096 days we're going for, and we're at day 845. So, do the math. So I hope you're all having a great start to the day. We have already been out for our walk. Already decided that since the dog park we were at yesterday, it doesn't close till like 10:30 p.m. I thought that tonight I might take a drive as soon as I finish work, get in the car and go for a drive up there with Zeffie and just let her go nuts in the dog park up there. She had so much fun running around in there yesterday. I think she deserves another day of fun. So maybe we'll make that a nightly thing to go up there, and because I got all the lights up there and everything else, and just let her go nuts in the dog park. I'm trying to find a good dog park for her to go to, and this one yesterday was really, really good. Can't get her up there in the morning because we don't have the time, but in the evenings, definitely be able to get her up there for that. So today is all about Magic Monday. And if there's one thing I learned this weekend from the Leverage Conference, that is that there is magic in telling your story. Yes, you are going to hear me pound this into you. I'm going to find a reason every day this week. I'm giving you fair warning. I'm going to find a reason every day this week to tell your story and why you should. So there is magic in telling your story. You could be that spark. Your story could be the spark that helps somebody through a similar situation that you have been through. It could be your thought process. It could be a life experience that you've had, but you are going to be able to help somebody with your story somewhere along the way. It could be somebody who needs to hear it this year, next year, 150 years from now. And I know that seems way out there, but yes, there's always a but. Your story is important. You've had different experiences. You can put a group of people into an area and give them all the same, they all experience the same activity. It could be a band on stage. It could be an orchestra. It could be a movie. Yet every person in that group is going to experience it in a different way. Yes, there might be some similarities, but everybody is going to have a unique perspective on what it is that they have seen, experienced, heard, tasted, whatever. And that is why you're important to That is why your story is so important, because it is your experiences, your way. You could turn, well, I don't have any kids to pass it on. I don't care. Somebody somewhere along the way needs to hear your story, and there's magic in the story. There's magic in your experience. There's magic in the way that you tell your story, that somebody is going to resonate with somewhere along the line. So don't hide your story. Get out there and start telling it. And my musings in the morning and my journaling in the evening, my story is slowly taking shape. At some point, I will type it all up and put it into some sort of order and publish it all. Although it'll probably be several books. It may take my teenage years and 20s. I don't know. I have no clue. But what I do know is that my story will get told, because somebody out there at some point in time is going to need to hear it, read it, and help them understand something. So there is magic in your story, which is why the question of the day has not changed for the last few days. What is one experience in your life you're grateful to have gone through? Everybody has many, 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 many experiences throughout life that they are grateful for. So that's why we're leaving that up, because we want you to tell your story. We want to tell stories about experiences that you have had, be it a personal experience just in your little world. It could be you went to the doctor, you got some news you weren't expecting. It could be the first time you become a mom or a dad. It could be, so it could be something personal. It could be something within your family that happened when somebody passed, somebody got married. It could be a little further out, like in your local community, where the community came together for a good cause, or something that happened in the community that affected you. It could be something that's within your state or your country that happened that affected you. It could be something in the world that happened. So look at the different life experiences that you have. If you want to, go back in history. Go to thehistorychannel.com. There's a page they've got on there on this day in history. And you can go backwards and forwards. You can type in the dates. And they always start with the earliest entry at the top. But if you scroll down, you might have to go to the second or third page. They have the latest ones, the latest happenings in there. And it could be, and they have everything from sports to entertainment to political to news to famous people, what happened on that day and everything else. So go check that out and help it and use it as a memory jogger. Were you around when 9/11 happened? What was your experience with that? Were you around when Martin Luther King gave his I Have a Dream speech? Were you around when JFK was assassinated? Were you around when they landed on the moon? Were you around, let's see, what else? I know for New Zealand we had the Wahine disaster, which was an inter-island ferry that sank in Wellington Harbour after it hit the reef at the entrance to the harbour. That happened back in 1969. Yes, because last year was, 2019 was the 50th anniversary. Were you involved in that in any way? Did you know anybody on board? Were you on board? I know one person who was. I actually served with her in the Royal New Zealand Air Force, and got to hear a little bit about her story. I would love to get the whole story, which is quite funny because my parents were mentioning about, they were talking about this lady who heads up the Meals on Wheels in the area that my mum and dad volunteer for, and how she had gone to the 50th anniversary of the sinking of the Wahine for the survivors. And when she mentioned the name, I go, I know her. And my mum and dad are like, how do you know her? I said, I served with her in the Air Force. We were in the same trade in the Air Force. And I said, and gave her the rank and all of that. And so the next time they saw her, they mentioned it. And they're like, so, I'll ask her if she knows this person. I said, yeah, I do know that person. She was my boss when I was in Wellington. And, it's a very small world. So you never know, ever know what's going to happen or when it's going to happen or people you're going to meet along the way that's going to, even talk about somebody who had an impact on your life. Who was somebody who was of influence in your life that had a major impact. It could be good an experience, it could be a bad experience, but your experiences will help somebody through the same experience that they're going through. So that's why it's important to tell your story. Anyway, I'm out of here. I have to go get ready for my day. It's going to be an awesome day. I was out for 2 days last week, so I've got a lot of work to catch up on this morning. So I need to go organize my time, get on the training call in 25 minutes. And then as soon as that call's finished, I am into my day. I think I'm probably going to turn my phone off and just dive in and get everything done. And see how much of my to-do list I can clear before I have to get on the help desk. So anyway, go out, have a super fantastic, sparkling, magical Monday, and we'll catch you guys back here around 6 p.m. Mountain Time. We may even be coming to you live from a dog park. Yeah, it depends how much light there is, though. We'll see. Have a super fantastic, sparkling day. Hey, Conera.